back bei In Touch mit Blink 182 und es geht weiter, wir reden jetzt über UFOs. I heard you're completely crazy about UFOs and aliens and all that stuff.
UFOs.
UFOs, oh yes. What do you think about that, Travis?
I don't know if I'm a strong believer in UFOs and aliens, but I take in from what I hear from Tom and kind of run with it, but I don't know if I'm convinced yet.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you try to convince him?
I lay him down and I take his shirt off, and I don't know. I just spout off a bunch of shit, and these guys listen to me and make fun of me every once in a while, and every once in a while they probably know that I'm right, and they know it's real.
Well, how come you like that so much? Well, when did it happen that you said, I believe in that?
7th grade, and I don't know why. But I just think I like learning about controversial subjects and things that the mainstream public doesn't really educate themselves on. I don't know. I think those things are cool. Mark's that way with things. He likes pirates, but no one knows that. He does. He likes pirates.
Pirates.
I like stories about pirates and adventure and things like that. And buggery on the I like anything with buggery on the high seas kind of stories, Just a bunch of men in an enclosed space traveling together across the lands and exploring new territories for months at a time in the hot tropical zones, and you're fighting other men and just loincloths and natives, all that kind of shit. I'm into it,
What about going diving and actually looking for some sunk boats or something like that?
I think scuba diving is pretty cool, but I'd be scared there would be sharks there.
Okay. Well, what do you fancy? I mean, except skateboard and women and music.
I like cars.
Oh, what kind of cars?
I like old cars. I like Cadillacs.
Yeah. What about bikes?
Yeah, I like old Schwinn's. Love old
Do you have a bike?
Yeah, I have I have about 7 bikes right now.
Can I have one, please? Shit, 7 bikes. Cool.
Yeah.
What do you think about the guy, the first tourist on the moon?
I think that's really cool, and I hope one day it won't cost $20 million, because that's an expensive ticket. I just know that. What's that? Yeah. I think it's really cool. And you know what? About 10 years ago, a bunch of hotels got together and spent a bunch of money to try and figure out how to put a hotel in space. If that ever happens, that'd be cool too. We should get off this planet. It's getting kind of dirty. You've seen New York, haven't you?
Yeah.
It's getting dirty.
Yeah. You should go up on the moon and play a concert. That would be great.
I know, but we wouldn't have just me.
Moon and play like a month-long engagement there, maybe a couple years.
You don't want to go to the moon?
Not with Tom.
Ooh, you love each other.
The problem is how do we procreate? Like how do we
How do we continue the human race? Is the question.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I don't want to go any further.
Okay, good. Tom, it's time for a clip you want to listen to.
Well, you asked us to think about a clip, and the one that came to mind that I liked, Foo Fighters' Monkey Wrench.
Okay, you guys often take clothes off on stage and all that stuff. Did you ever get problems with the police coming up to you after a concert?
Oh, one time?
Well,
Yeah, that one time in the radio show, well, they weren't policemen, but Mark got naked and ran into, was it Bush or Goo Goo Dolls?
Kevin.
What's that? Oh, Wallflowers.
No, the one time where the security guys were looking for you.
That was Goo Goo Dolls. Yeah, I ran naked into the Goo Goo Dolls dressing room and asked if they'd seen my towel. And the police saw me run in there, and they came after me. And so I was hiding from the police. And the best way to hide is to disguise myself with clothes. And they didn't find me.
Cool. What about the Goo Goo Dolls? Why did you go in there? Do you like them that much?
I just wanted to surprise them and see what their reaction is. And all...
Surprise, I got you a present.
All they get now is phone calls and letters and flowers and,
They love you now.
He wrote that song about me. What's that called? Iris? Yeah. He wrote that song about me after
The world to see me. I mean, that's the thing. Like, Mark's naked, and he's like, when he saw himself naked, he's like, fuck, I don't want the world to see this,
So you never really went to prison or something like that, you guys?
I was in jail for an evening. And one evening, I was trying to pick up on a girl, and I was drinking, and I wasn't old enough to drink, and it was in Florida. And it was on our first tour we ever did, and it was Halloween night. And I went to jail for that evening, and I had to get strip searched, not cavity searched. And that wasn't for, a lack of trying. I was like, I'm hiding a lot of shit. You better find it, But I got out the next morning.
Did the girl wait?
No. She did not wait for me.
Did she hook up with another dude later on or something like that?
With you?
No, not me. Did she hook up with, one of the unwritten law guys?
Not that I know of, but potentially, probably, and I was like, I'm in jail, and I'm hooking up on my own, Anyway, so, no, it was bad. I don't ever want to go back there.
Did you ever go, Noah?
No, not for being naked or hooking up with a chick. I went to jail for throwing rocks at hookers.
Did you? No, you did not.
Yeah, I was in a holding cell for throwing rocks at hookers.
Why is that? Because they looked that bad?
Yeah, I was young and I was bored and I knew where they hung out, so I went with a slingshot and I flew rocks at them.
I kind of like that idea.
You know, no wonder whenever we see like prostitutes now, Travis like gets really mad and he starts wanting to throw things. It's scary.
Well, one completely different subject. I was reading that, and I think it's very kind of stupid that people are freaking out about your lyrics, and they're making problems about that they are not for young kids and all that stuff. Is that true? That is.
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, actually, you know what? I think that we say the exact same things that kids do to each other every single day. We just put a melody to it and say it in front of a bunch of people. But I don't think that our lyrics are bad for kids to listen to, because I think we all grew up cursing and talking about sex and just all the things that kids growing up talk about, but nobody else has the courage to say it, so I get on the mic and spray it, and whether they'd like to admit it, whatever that Eminem lyric is. But it's true, you know, I mean, you know, Eminem gets in trouble because he says the same things that people say to each other all the time, but he says it on a record, and I think that we kind of at times fall into that same category.
So do you have to do anything about that?
We have to clean up our act. No, I don't know. We don't know. We don't know yet. There's no law against it now. Okay. All we know is that Congress, the United States government, is taking notice of our actions of marketing our record to young kids with bad words on it. So, I don't know. So I think what Congress is going to try and do is erase bad words from the English vocabulary, so there's no bad words ever used again, ever.
Okay, so they have to erase school and all the young kids too. Okay, it's your time for a clip.
Okay, International Noise Conspiracy, and it doesn't matter what song, because I don't know the song they have a video for.
Hey, I was going to say them too.